My name is Mr. Kim. I'm the product manager who is looking for software solutions of the Cisco Wireless. So software solution mainly how we can improve our operational exercise, such as deploying, installation, monitoring, troubleshooting, you name it, right? So when Cisco was working with the Meraki and infused the Meraki DNA into Cisco Wireless, one thing that we were focused was how we can simplify the network operational experiences. It's not about simplifying the UI. It's about simplifying my operational exercises. That has been our focus so far. And when you look back, since there's so many of types of network ops, I want to focus on the day 2 exercise of aspect for today, which is how we monitor, how we detect, how we triage, and how we troubleshoot and optimize. This is a thing that we do all the time, right? And there's 2 different approaches have been developed in the industry. One is having a nice, amazing dashboard that provide me all these pre-alert on the anomalies and keep track of key KPI that I care about. Then I will be able to pinpoint what is a problem, which has been very effective in many cases. There's the other way around too. When someone the higher up has some relatively less pleasurable experiences during their meeting, so they open the cases and little yelling that what's going on this morning, my Wi-Fi connection, right? So then I have to check out, okay, what happened for these users. So there's a 2 distinctive approach. But there's one thing that is common. I want to be proactive. I want to be notified anyone else than me, and I want to have all the information available for me to troubleshoot, for me to identify. How we can get this all together? That has been the journey of this industry almost forever. At the same time, I want to use my tool that I'm most familiar with. I invest a certain technology, tools, and an idea for 10, 20 years. Can I use my expertise within the Cisco experiences? So those kind of asks that we've been hearing from a lot of customers. So today, first time in the history of the Cisco Wireless, I'm announcing Pro PCAP. Proactive PCAP and root cause analyzer platform. The single one-stop shop that provides everything that you needed to come down to the final assessment of your troubles and problem. Whenever that user comes in the office, and if they fail to join, or maybe fail to connect, may not often, but often is a fail to roam, right? And roam happen anytime in the middle of a meeting too, right? So when the failures happen during the roaming, what I'm looking for, I need to have a packet, right? And how I can access a packet? Probably should be available from the dashboard. Do I need to open up, fire up the another launchers, download? Maybe. That's what I've been doing for the past. Is there any other way? Yes, there is other way. Do I have to bring my CWNE badges and see how can I identify that little information element mistake? Like what Nicholas mentioned, oh, this is no longer C1, this is C11. Okay, do I need to keep track of all that? Probably, but you don't have to. That's the new automated PCAP architecture that Cisco Wireless is providing to you. All right, let's get into the demo, because we all love the demo, right? Enough slide. All right, so this is a typical Meraki troubleshooting exercise. Somebody called me and opened the cases, check out this username, got it. I know who they are, where they are. Okay, got it. What is the overall connection experiences? Looks like there are a lot of chatting going on, but all right. Let's get into detail. Why this client failed? There's a new tab called stored capture. So every time user failed to join, user failed to roam, there is a packet for you. And what will be the next step that you expect?
Download the PCAP.
Download PCAP, right? Do you have to?
Apparently not.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna guess.
Exactly. So there's a little blue. I mean, I have this habit of anything blue, I just click first and see what's going on. Click. Okay. System is loading. Voila. My typical, most familiar tool that I've been using, investing for 20 years, right? Even there's a filter rules assigned. And then he said, okay, there's a multiple DHCP requests happen. Discover, where's my offer? Offer is gone. So looks like I need to make a report out of it because I probably need to call up my server guy and check out what's going on. So that is a step one. And then what we are working on at the moment is actually we are working on step two, which is not just doing the packet capture with the CloudShark integration. We indeed have export module in the same pages. Yes.
Is there a way to see the clients that have had this packet capture take place, like would like a security event or a dashboard like that, so you don't have to like stumble across this?
Oh, absolutely.
All of your...
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's the main area of the our late afternoon. I mean, next is Tony. We'll take you the whole assurance journey, how we can proactively discover from dashboard.
Cool.
Yeah. So packet analyzers, there's red, another habit. If it's red, I will click it. DHCP open as in. Take a screenshot, send it to the boss, send it to my my colleague, and let them take care of their servers. My job is done. My morning cycle is done. Probably I did my worthy of today's job, so I probably can go out for coffee. Yeah. So and remember, you don't need to be sitting anywhere, right? Our entire process can be done while still you are enjoying the martini in the valley, right?
You mentioned like CloudShark integration in there. So quick question on
yes.
that. So is there, Meraki has, the SKUs, right? So does this add an additional SKU
No.
when you're purchasing it, or just included?
No, it's included.
Okay.
Yeah, but there is of course, the actual commercial plan is a still we are working on. There are few minor things that we need to work on, but we want to give you the best experience ever. So few things need to be tightened up. So we will open up the beta soon, probably right after Cisco Live. So since we all know your IDs and let us your email, then I will sign you up, and this will be your tool. All right, awesome, right?
That's awesome.
Let me stop my sharing and.
Need an AP to test.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was.
Oh yeah.
We need an AP to test it too.
Listen, I gave
Sure,
you guys
sure.
AP.
All right.
Okay.
I don't have it.
Proactive packet captures.
Uh-huh.
When does it happen? Is it for certain scenarios that is decided by the customer, or
failures?
okay,
Yes.
for any failures?
So it will capture upon the any failures. Can you show the screen and the slide back? I don't think this one have the PowerPoint on. All right. For the condition, at the moment, we approach with the catch-all scenario. When Cisco did the intelligent capture 4 years ago, we realized that the one of the precursor of the packet capture was event correlation. So there is a onboarding machine, state machine going on. There's buffer going on, and two things need to always dance together. So if there's some of the misalignment or timing issue or buffer overflow happen, we won't have a packet. So there's a lot of 100% guarantee of a packet capture. Also, same time, not every anomaly can be generated with the specific types. So since we had that exercise, now this time we decide to go with any failure, because that's what we want, right? In many cases, in now modern days with the client enhancement so much, like Nicholas mentions, right? Some of those conditions of the disconnection become very specific to that specific set of devices and firmware. So instead of chasing down all these deeper rabbit hole, while we have a catch-all scenario. And but what we did in this time, differently from the previous approach, was creating one packet file, one PCAP out of the multiple roam event. Because the roam always have a before after two AP, right? if I just capture my failure packet from one, which is victimized, I don't know where this guy came from. So when I did that, it actually combined the two AP packet and create one downloadable file. So that was another improvement, that probably innovation that I can call it, that it implemented here.
Curious on that.
Mm.
I don't know if I'm in. Sometimes
Mhm.
a scenario like you did a deployment and
Mm.
somebody left an AP from like an older AP there, right? Like
Mhm.
and it's advertised in the same exact
Mhm.
SSID,
Mhm.
and the roam is happening that, which is causing obviously service disruption for a few
Mhm.
clients or clients that are in that area. Will it capture something like that too? Like
Yeah.
we'll show like from two
Mm.
different APs that
Mm.
so I can see, hey, well that AP weight is not part of.
Great observation. We normally don't recommend having a two mixed generation in the same place, but it happens all the time. So in such cases, we only capture the file from the latest software. In this case, R31, MR31 as an OS, but any older version, we won't trigger the packet capture. For such a user, they still can use a manual packet capture that is available from the dashboard.
No. What I mean is like not like older generation.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it could be whether it's Cisco or some other vendor. But let's
Mhm.
imagine we're replacing another vendor with Cisco, right? And I have to
Mhm.
install Cisco access points.
Yeah.
Somehow one AP got left and it's causing disruption because it's not really
Yeah.
going anywhere, but it's out broadcasting the SSID.
Yeah, exactly.
Will it capture that, hey, this client went from this AP, Cisco AP to that some other AP, and this is the BSSID of it or whatever?
So in that case, client packet, capture signal on the first packet will be the association request, not a SOAP request, because the client thinking that this is a roam situation.
Okay.
They don't know the two different BSSID with a different OUI, so ended up just treated as the same AP, but same network. But obviously, device doesn't know, so I take a break in the initial key. The handshake, because new roamed AP do not have a key from the previous vendor. So in that cases, it will be considered as a association failure. So there's a bit of cases and habit of a third-party integration. So I'm really interested to getting down to the detail with beta. So reach out to me and let's work us together.
I have a couple of
Yes.
questions. For this to work,
Mm.
I mean, is there a certain AP model you have to use? Or is it just simply a firmware upgrade and I've got it working on my
It's
MR34?
a yes and yes. It requires Wi-Fi 6 and above
Okay.
with R31 software.
Okay, and then how far back do those PCAPs go?
There's no limit.
Oh, no.
Reason is because now we are using cloud. This another name of brand is a cloud PCAP. So previously in Meraki, we used the dashboard browsers, cache. So there was a limit. And now packet gets stored in the cloud. So you can store as much as possible. But one thing that I want to emphasize is they are only capturing the onboard related packet, which is association, onboarding, DHCP, DNS, and not the user data traffic that we want to get. Yes.
So this is phenomenal. One of the great things I think the industry likes about Meraki is this Meraki.com/trust, right? The understanding about trust and integrity. This is a really, really significant departure from the traditional Meraki messaging, which is your data never, ever, ever goes to the cloud. Your data never, ever, ever leaves your premises. Now I'm looking at payloads in the cloud. Help me understand, because that line of trust is clearly now blurred because my corporate sensitive data is now being punted to the cloud.
So we are offering options of a BYOB, bring your own bucket. So if anyone who owns S3 storage bucket, they can register their S3 bucket into the cloud, so the data will be stored on their bucket, not in the Meraki contracted S3 bucket. So it's optional, because some customer saying that, oh yeah, I don't want to have another contract, this another consumption model, so I will just trust you guys. So there's a couple of options that we offer.
And you can disable it.
Of
if
course.
you want to. There's no.
Of course.
You're not. Are you opted into this, or you opted out of it?
It's opted in. Okay. Yeah. By default, it's turned off.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I only have 10 minutes, but I have so much exciting topic that I know I made you guys excited. But next topic, you will even more get excited. Pure next generation. I can't even describe how I can share all this amazing story to you. AI-RRM for Cisco Wireless. The single AI cloud that can make your life easy. Why the single unified AI-RRM is important? Because it's AI world, right? If you have a bigger size, bigger model, you'll get smarter. How many AP that we have in the Cisco cloud? 20 million. Unfortunately, the 20 million AP divided into two different clouds. One is Meraki cloud, another is Redina cloud, right? So we combined to one, and 20 millions of AP is powering up our intelligence. And one more part that we did was model will only get better based on the size of a parameter, right? What is the parameter in the networking world? That's the telemetry. So we improved the telemetry, upgraded it, and made the same parity between the Catalyst wireless as well as the Meraki wireless. It's all on those Cisco wireless. So since we not only unifying hardware, you unify the telemetry, we unify the engine. Hence, we can offer same experiences. But I know was your question. Hey, Minze, you still have a different dashboard. How can you claim the same experience? Yes, we are unifying even dashboard too. Having the same interfaces, same operation, and even we extend it further by adding more filter option that you can zoom in to your particular interest domain and area. Given that I only have 8 minutes now, probably need to go really fast. One thing that I can talk why AI is important, because to make it proper, we need to make an investment. Investment in a lot of CPU and memory, or I have to slow down. So I probably need to take a few examples. Event is one thing. Telemetry, event is opportunistic. Telemetry is a continuous streaming. Configuration is static config data. Client data is heterogeneous, right? Station report. How we can combine all these different models and create the best model, and how we can disrupt, how we can improve the customer experiences without disrupting their configuration. Through the recommendation, config recommendation will upload it to the config. But yeah, let me go a little fast here because I think we got too excited on the cloud PCAP part. The busy hour is one of the applications that we have. We have so much application, so we just pick one. Busy hour seems to be very binary. Am I busy or not busy? But if you look at detail, it's not that simple, because there is a stationary client that never leave that AP, which use a little bit of a bandwidth and traffic. This is last year. AI-RRM been here for 2.5 years, so we have enough experience here. And then last year, May 5th was a Friday, so there's not much users going on. But do I have to take into consideration of the Friday user who mostly work from home as a busy hour? Probably I wouldn't take that into consideration. I will only take the Monday to Thursday. How do we know? Because we did all this data modeling and cleaning. So before we get into model, the telemetry have a lot of source RF fluctuating all the time. We need to do a denoising. We need to create a 2x2 matrix model. It's not a 2x2 because we have a client statistics and the TX-RX visualization. But even the client, the statistics and client station, if I have one client joining all the time, is that the busy hour or non-busy hour? So I think that is quite getting complicated, and probably scientists and mathematicians will be super excited by watching all this. Supervisors, and I think we had enough jargon yesterday, but I will not just get into jargon. I will probably give you the demo. Before I go to demo, some of the outcome. So this is one of the beta customer, and before the AI-RRM, then their RF hazard score was mid. But as soon as they enabled it, co-channel interference gone, performance throughput improved, great user experiences, no call whatsoever. Which is, should I be happy about it, because I'm not getting any call anymore? Yeah, usually in IT world, no news is good news, right? And then this is another education customer. This is also interesting. I was contemplating, do I need to do this or not? Some interesting observation. 2.4, performance improved, RF score. Yeah, for sure. But there's one thing that is kind of continuing, which is coverage overlapping percentages. Coverage was still heavily overlapped, even if we have a perfect 1.6.11. So we probably need to do something to reduce it. On the other hand, 5 gig already have a best performance because the customer didn't really have much of a 5 gig AP anyway. So they had the best RF performance, but from the overlapping point of view, there was a lot of overlap. More than 60-70% of AP was overlapping each other. And what will happen? Sticky client, right? Bad roaming. Then that one also reduced after they applied the AI-RRM, right? And this is one of the latest test results that we have. This is a building 4. We used to host the partner VT. And then we set up the one corner of the area, which is about 12,000 square foot, and 11 AP, which is 1,100 square foot per AP, which is kind of a normal condition nowadays in the office environment. And then in that cases, this is what we report to our bosses. Okay, all 11 AP runs fine, beautiful, coverage is great. But something that we are not really showing all the time is that little red one on the right-hand side. You don't see like a 3 beautiful bell curve. There's a little hump between the 1 and 6, right? All right, it's probably too complicated to, to teach my boss, so I will just skip for that. But in reality, this is a reality. Co-channel interferences. If you flip the heat map type to co-channel and adjacent channel interferences, oh my God, red everywhere, right? But often, customers are so much focused on 5 gig, 2.4, okay, I will just let that go. No one should use 2.4 anymore. Is that the case? 2.4 is getting more and more important from the IoTs and the other integrations, right? And the normal, we see the max strength rate was, the minimum strength rate was a 75 dB. At any point that every client was able to see more than 5 AP above the 75 dBm. But the point is, it's super dense. What we have done was we enabled the flexible radio assignment, FRA. FRA was able to, what's the number of AP here? It come down from 11 to 4. 7 AP went down, but there's real magic. 7 AP went turned down, but coverage dB, we got 7 dB gain. How come I have a less AP but more stronger power? No one was easily able to explain to anyone who is not a Wi-Fi savvy. But that's true. Why? Because we were able to increase the power level. Because we have less co-channel interferences. Magic.
Sales guys hate you.
But this is only applicable for 2.4 and not 5 gig, because 5 gig need the density for capacity. But why we need the 2.4, right? Oh, that the intermediate weird hump is gone. Then why we need to have a 2.4? But I know that I run out of time, but I'll just spend 1 minute on the new dashboard. This will really appreciate you. Yeah.
You got time if you did.
Oh, thank you very much. Look at this brand new RF setting pages. I love it. RF setting page is no longer just a static config monitor. You actually can use it to monitor and assess your performance. Right? RF score 88. Let's get it. Let's convert into some geeky word. Okay, you have the 5 of your AP have a negative 75 dB, but with a 10 user client associated. I mean, can you make it as English, right? Okay, your hazard score is 88. Is it good or not? Let's say the Cisco said good. Okay, I'm good here, right? So now we have an access, but this is just one way. But because I need to know who is making the 12 point out, right? So let's check out. We have a hazard score filter. Just show me all the AP in the poor condition, right? Okay, I don't have a poor, which is fantastic. How about the fail? This device has hazard score 32. So and identify where it is. So I can see the location, I can identify, zooming in, all those filters and channels is still available. It extends your capability to discover the source of the problem, right? Before I hand off to the Dave, I have one thing that I really want to cover. I know that I'm running out of time, and thank Tony to allow me to cover this part as well. Operational simplicity is not end on the only on the IT domain. OT, we can help OT to simplify their operation. What is a typical our neighborhood of OT? That had been the IoT. IoT had been relatively more protective because of their nature of propriety, right? They have a lot of regulation, a lot of compliance. They have a different set of requirements, different set of KPI, such as my telemetry has to be transmitted in the millisecond latency. My application do not allow me to have a cloud because it adds extra delay. So for example, I have this, I'm wearing this, this is Corsano cardio watch that have more than dozen vital sign tracking. So my dad, my parents is already, past 85. So I probably have to pay more attention to my parents. But when they if they have these medical devices, in their care center, that while they work, while they're practicing, I'll be able to get the real-time data. And there's no concerns of extra delay and latency, while I can minimize the infrastructure. So this is an OT guy point of view. My OT requirement, your system have to comply all my HIPAA, all my privacy, while they're meeting my application requirement. IT have a different perspective. IoT devices need to be securely onboarded because every BLE device is not built the same. I have to manually, individually getting onboarded. How we can integrate it? I don't need. I shouldn't. I can't have extra layers, sensor layers on my network, right? And this has to be open, because at every critical use cases solution owned by vertical player. So here's an example of remote patient monitoring that we work with the Corsano. We uses the 9800. 9800 itself is now the platform for IoT, that it has a Dockerized platform that directly terminating the BLE traffic, not to elsewhere to cloud, but locally goes to their local server, Corsano portal, then allow me to have a real-time tracking for all my vital signs without any delay. You have different cases. I can replace the battery in 11 days, but now my nursing staff, they can sleep, right? Because we have a real-time tracking without extra investment while complying all my requirement, and this is available in their current 9800 infrastructure. All right, that's my last session about how we can simplify the operational experience from the OT. I don't know if I have any question, time to get a Q&A.
The Meraki capabilities that you showed,
Yes.
is it also available for 9800s that can be onboarded onto the Meraki platform?
We have a secure onboarding platform from the Meraki, but right now the secure platform of the IoT devices applicable for MT devices, which have a lot of the telemetry capability. But at the same time, I'm working with multiple IoT vendor. For example, this is not a typical QR sticker. This is actually BLE. So with these partners and the series of partners that we are working with the customers and then integrating with the current infrastructure.